This is The Judy Jones Show on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio. Judy Jones is a well-known author and award-winning community activist dedicated to empowering people to live to their highest potential. Stay tuned as we get deep into the issues that matter to our community, faith, family, health, politics, education, and more. Join the conversation and call us live on the air at 404-355-8699. That's 404-355-8699. Now, here's Judy Jones.
And good evening, Atlanta. Welcome to the Judy Jones Show. It is so great to have you listening in tonight. We have a wonderful big show for you, as we always do. And I've got my cohort in the studio with me, as always, Mr. Chris Green. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, Atlanta? Man, I just love this, Judy.
I know it.
You know why?
Why?
I stopped on the way here. I got me some varsity. Yes.
Only in the ATL can you do
only
that,
in the
right?
ATL.
Okay.
Yes. That is a super plug just for the varsity.
I know you feeling
I'm
real
excited
good.
now.
Yeah, Chris loves that.
And y'all understand, that's my favorite restaurant.
Absolutely.
For no reason, though. That's the thing. I don't know. Most people call it a death trap. I love it.
Well, you know what? You millennial,
It's because I'm from Atlanta.
You can eat like that. That's good. I love it. That's great.
I love it.
Great. Well, you know what? It is chilly, but you know what? We're in the season of winter, we don't get this weather every year. I've been here 29 years, and most of the 29 years, the winters have been mild. This year is an exception to the rule, but that's kind of the case all over the United States these days, right? Yeah. So we're just going to endure it, and we're here to bring you some heat, right? We're going to
warm them up.
People, right?
We got to warm you up.
Absolutely.
Because for people that don't understand, the Judy Jones Show is not just a radio show. It is it's inspiring.
Inspiring.
It's educational.
Educational.
And it's entertaining.
Entertaining. And what's that word you like to say?
We edutain people.
Edutain people. Absolutely.
Gotta edutain people.
And we are going to continue edutaining folks tonight. So before we get started with the great guests that we have, and I'm proud to say in studio tonight, I want to give you what the call-in numbers are if you want to join in the dialogue.
Basically, everybody in Atlanta, if you are listening, if you want to join our dialogue today, all you got to do is call 404-355-8699. And if you're outside of the metro Atlanta area, call 1-866-923-2860.
All right. We are going to go ahead and move this party along because we got a lot to cover tonight.
Absolutely.
I want to bring on, right, straight away, as they say in England, Mr. Germaine Moody, who is a best-selling author, a philanthropist, entrepreneur, an investor, entertainment executive, king of networking. What else?
What doesn't he do?
I don't know. What did I leave out? Did I leave out anything? Okay.
He's a real estate agent.
he's a pawn shop man. What else? He's everything.
He worked at McDonald's when he was 12. You know what? He's the Dos Equis man.
Dos Equis. I love it. There you go.
He's a man amongst men. His mother has a tattoo that says, son.
And what we're trying to say is that he is a man's man. And we'd like to welcome to the Judy Jones Show tonight, Mr. Germaine Moody. Hey, Germaine.
Hey, what's going on, Judy?
Hey, good to have you in the studio.
Good to be here.
Yeah. Do we, let's make sure that we've got you mic'd up and queued up because we want to make sure that everybody can hear you.
I know. We're going to have to fire our producer already.
Okay, we're going to make sure that Germaine is mic'd up and queued up because we've got a lot to talk about regarding events that he does. He is, as I said, the king of networking, and not only does he handle and promote events right here in the metro Atlanta area, but all over these United States and throughout the world. So we're going to talk about the events that are specific right here coming up in Atlanta. As a matter of fact, he has an event coming up tomorrow, Atlanta, ATL. So listen closely. And I'm going to let Mr. Germaine tell you all about that. But before we get into the event, I want to ask Germaine to just kind of talk to us a little bit about, as all of those adjectives we use to describe who he is, I want to talk about the man, Germaine Moody, and the origin of all of this wonderful stuff. Because you all know that on the Judy Jones Show, I love to elevate my people who are doing great and big things. And I have to tell you that this gentleman is doing great and big things. So, Mr. Germaine Moody, let's tell the audience a little bit about Germaine. What's going on?
Well, I'm originally from Albany, Georgia, and even as a kid, I had a lot of passions. You know, I knew I loved music. I knew I loved fashion. I knew I loved helping people and just, doing things that help elevate others as far as the community is concerned. So as I got older, I made a conscious decision my mom said I've always been an entrepreneur since I was 7 years old. She said I was selling lemonade and doing puppet shows on the front porch and selling popcorn. So around the age of 15, I started my first business. And since then, I've just been working for myself. Yeah. But as I got older, I realized I could turn these passions into something more creative to not only make money, but to also help influence a lot of people. So I just followed my passions and asked God for ideas, what to do with the ideas, and here I am today.
There you go.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Isn't this the essence of what we talk about here on the Judy Jones Show?
We always talk about people
who are doing big things, elevating themselves. Not only themselves, but they don't forget from whence they came, and they elevate others in the process of doing that. And I hate to keep harping on this, but I have to. I just love my young black men doing things. I mean, y'all
Girl, you better stop.
He gonna make me get up here and shout. I just love it. So, with that, you're from Albany, Georgia.
Yes.
Wow.
I know,
okay.
Right? I know.
Bottom of the map. I know.
I love Albany.
Golden Rams.
Yeah. What you say?
The Golden Rams riding down Slappy. What's that? They got a restaurant down there, Four Square. Yeah, I know all about Albany.
We got hip hop chicken now.
Hip hop chicken.
Yeah, they really do.
And some people pronounce it Albany.
That's Albany.
Albany. I'm from Albany.
Just the Benny.
The Benny, right? The Benny. Okay, the Benny now.
When I go down there, I just be like, hey, look at all the locals. Look at all the locals down there.
Well, I want to talk specifically right now about the events, the Germaine Moody events, because that is a huge part of your whole organization and what you do. So talk to us about the events and how you got that started, and tell us what is that about?
Well, I back in 2009, a good friend of mine was hosting a networking event in Los Angeles. And I really wanted to be there. I was here in Atlanta directing a music video. And I was like, what a concept. He's in LA. He's bringing all these business professionals together from all aspects of the entertainment industry. And I got really disturbed that I couldn't be at the event. So later that night, I went home, and honestly, I stayed up for about 36 hours straight building a website. And I decided to launch my own networking events. I had no idea what I was doing. The day after, about 3 days, I gave him a call and I was like, can you tell me your secret? He told me in like 5 minutes. I decided to just launch my own company. We did our first event October 6th in 2009. It was the largest networking event ever in Chicago. So I said, let's do this again. So we took it to Atlanta. Same thing happened. I said, let's do it one more time. We took it to Houston. And this was around the end of December 2009. So as 2010 was about to roll in, I was like, you know what? Let me try to take this around the world. So I put together a 14-city world tour, including London and Canada. And it was the biggest networking tour ever. And since then, I've been known as the King of Networking. We received nominations for Event Producer of the Year against major event producers, even for like the Oprah show, BET, Disney. So I've been amongst some of the biggest event producers in the world.
Okay, so in the course of, let's say, 4 years, because we just started this year, you have grown to be in the category of the largest, just by
Grammy producers, everything.
By thinking, I can do this, I want to do this, and I'm going to put my all into it.
I had no idea what I was doing, but once I realized that it was much bigger than a networking event, people were coming together, creating their own opportunities. And, because, of course, there's no real job security.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the best thing to do is try to connect with the right people to create your own thing. And that's what happened from these events. And since then, it's just been phenomenal. A lot of the businesses and opportunities I have now come from my networking events.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, you can say that again. I know for a fact that is what it's all about. You know that saying in the world that it's not what you know, but who you know.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's very real. Well, I want to also ask you about on the networking event. So when you said that in Chicago and you called up the gentleman and he was very he shared his information. And that's one of the things I want to harp on that for just a second. I want to say this because I say it on the show frequently. We are not in competition, or we should not be in competition with each other. I have a word, just like you said, edutain. I have a word, and I call it collaboration. Okay, it is.
I like that.
Yes, and it's my word, y'all. I got a TM on it. Okay, but it really, we should look to each other to collaborate, and then we can utilize each other. And not only it's not so much the competitive piece of it, because there's so much for everybody. Really, it's endless. We all can have a piece of the pie, and if we can just get that in our head,
we're actually much more powerful collaborating.
We are because like I was sharing with you the other day, I may have some wonderful talent or skill set that you may not be as strong in, but if we collaborate, and then you have a skill set or a talent that I don't have, we collaborate, and guess what? You got a whole big thing going on right there. You know,
Absolutely.
It really is that
I'm not
simple.
gonna lie, both of y'all got some skill sets I don't have. You got a radio show, he got a networking global franchise. I'm just Chris Green.
Chris, you are not just Chris Green. You're on the Judy Jones Show. That's a big thing, and you're a great person. You know
I'm
that.
trying to be like both of y'all when I grow up.
You know that. But I want to also talk about in these networking events, what kind of feedback do you get from participants that attend them?
I get emails like every week from people who get new job opportunities, from people who meet investors, grant writers. I mean, there's so much going on. One thing that I have learned, a lot of people come to these events. They've been to school, they've gotten their degrees, and they're working in a particular profession. But after a certain age, some people realize this isn't my passion. So they come to my events and they sort of learn what they really want to do, and they get in these events and they meet people who can help them get there. So it's a life-changing thing. It's more than just networking. You come to the events to find yourself. There are people there who can open up tremendous doors, and I'm just grateful that God has allowed me to see this and then to see such a need on earth. So.
And I'm grateful on behalf of everybody that has been touched by your events that you have not only you saw the vision, but you've taken action to put the vision into execution. I thank you for that. Absolutely.
That. I love the fact that you're very humble. You know, that's one thing that I've already noticed within the first 15 minutes of us just talking on air. Like, you're very humble, and that means a lot. You know, it's not like an arrogance about it where it's, hey, I'm Germaine Moody. Know who I am. Let me walk past you, and you say, hey. You know, it's like I respect that about you.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
Absolutely. You are. And I think, personally for me, what you said about doing something and then you find that that's not what you want to do.
A lot of that,
I preach that to my 21-year-old daughter quite often because I look at her life and I'm like, she's just on your mark. You know, she ain't even on the get set. Yeah, she on the mark. And I'm like, if I could just go back to the get set, can I do it? Wow. You know, it means a lot. And I tell her that because, you know, parents, we don't want our children to burn the same bridges we did.
Right.
And so I say, you know, you're at a juncture in your life where you can define what it is, whether it's going to be that work job, you know, where it really, God, but it pays the bills, or whether it's something you get up and go to every day, and you're like, a job? What's that? I'm having fun. This is what I was meant here to do, you know?
Right. You know, and Judy, that's in the Bible, it says God will give you the desires of your heart. And people don't look at that as a career or profession, but your passion is part of those desires of your heart.
Absolutely.
And those desires, the word also says your gift will make room for you. Your passions are your gifts. It will make room for you, and you can turn all of that into a career.
And to harp on that, in terms of the purpose that we all have, that we're put here, we have a purpose, each and every one of us.
Right.
Those people that you find that are working in their purpose, those are the ones that they don't even know what the definition of a job or work is, because it's their purpose, you know. Yeah.
That's one thing that I can say I remember growing up. Like, they always told me, this is how you consider yourself loving your job. If they tell you tomorrow all the pay systems went down, but they still need somebody to come in and work, if you were to just say, yeah, I'll be there on time, that means you love what you do.
Absolutely.
This is it for me.
It's very important.
This is it for me, too.
This is it for me.
If they told me tomorrow I can't get paid, I would be like, I'll still be on time.
Because I get to meet wonderful people like Germaine.
And that's exactly what I'll be saying, too, because Germaine Moody going to come up here and be like, well, look, you got 18 businesses. I need a paycheck.
But you know, seriously, what I also analogize what you do is when you look at the social media LinkedIn network, which is where I met Mr. Moody, by the way. He's bringing that to life. You're doing what they do on social media and on the World Wide Web, but you're bringing it to life.
Right.
You actually bring all those people together,
face to
and
face.
and it's like, wow, that's a vision in and of itself, that you bring that to life. You know,
it's actually very, very, very powerful. I haven't even I've been working so much and doing, asking God for new ideas for more ventures. I don't think I've actually really taken into what has happened and what's going on, because I'm so overwhelmed with people getting to the next level. I think the worst thing in life is to live an entire life unfulfilled. And so
you said something there.
You
said
it's like
there.
It's deep.
It's very deep, Germaine. And for you to recognize that, because a lot of people go through their entire lives not even recognizing that they are unfulfilled, which is even sadder than that. The woe is me. I go. It's Monday again.
I'll be there when it's Friday.
I mean, come on. Why are you
Everybody
wishing
loves
your life?
Friday.
You're wishing your life away, But we are. I am just loving this conversation, which I knew I was going to enjoy this conversation. We got a lot more to talk to you about, and we want to give you our number again, listeners. If you want to call in and ask Mr. Moody any questions, or you have a comment, please feel free to join in the dialogue. And Chris, what's those numbers again?
Those good numbers for the people of Atlanta is 404-355-8699. And if you're located outside of Metro Atlanta, you can always call us at 1-866-923-2860.
This is the Judy Jones Show, and we'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Chris from the Judy Jones Show, and if you'd like to feature your business on our show, why not become a sponsor? We can create an ad that promotes and makes your business like no other. Call us for a sponsorship packet at 404-997-1668, or just email us at thejudyjonesshow@yahoo.com and get your business noticed.
How would you survive a marriage where your deepest, darkest secrets manifest after years of lying dormant? Your teenage son suffers from a psychological disorder brought on by your closest family friend. Would you seek solace in the arms of your flamboyant confidant? Would you try to escape your pain by drinking yourself into an alcoholic frenzy, or vanish in an attempt at suicide? Or would you seek vengeance on all who've crossed you? These are questions that are posed in the romantic thriller novel A Blood Like Yours by author Daisy Roberts. As the various characters attempt to manage life-changing of events, their world descends into toxic mania. Pick up your copy of the critically acclaimed novel A Blood Like Yours today at judyjonesmediagroup.com.
Tune in to the Judy Jones Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. during the entire month of January as we continue the dialogue addressing the dramatic and intriguing film Pregnant by the Pastor with screenwriter Satanya Ford. It's a story of betrayal, deceit, and sin, and how one man's faith gets twisted and leads him down a path of confusion and unrighteousness. The discussion includes personal travails and the importance of faith. You don't want to miss the continued diabolical conversation about the player in the pulpit.
And we are back right here on the Judy Jones Show. We are having a great time. It's Thursday, and for some people, it's the weekend already.
My weekend started today.
A lot of people.
I don't work on Fridays.
There are a lot of people that do that. So we have in studio the wonderful. I'm just loving this dude, Germaine Moody. I mean, he is just the bestest.
That's king.
And we are talking about Germaine Moody events. He's a philanthropist. He's a best-selling author. He is king of networking events that we were just talking about. And he's got so much more on the horizon. So we're going to continue the conversation. I want to also invite those of you who too shy to be on the air, and it's all good. We love you. We're all family here. But if you want to join in the dialogue via our social media, please join us on Facebook at The Judy Jones Show, and you can send us any questions or comments there. We're checking them right now. And also on Twitter at
Judy Jones MI.
Yeah, there you go.
And you got my Instagram too.
Go give it out.
Follow me on Instagram at Chris Green 17.
There you go.
Look at it.
So, see, you can talk to us other ways. We want you to join in the dialogue here. So, we're talking with Mr. Germaine Moody, and we're talking about the events that he has one coming up. Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Here in the ATL. Yeah. What a coincidence. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that one.
It's actually our annual pre-Grammy networking event. I started that in 2009. There are only 2 pre-Grammy events that are really happen every year. That's Clive Davis's party, which everybody's there on Saturday night, and then my pre-Grammy event, which we started it in Beverly Hills. But I realized there are so many entertainment industry people and music industry people around the country who can't go to LA, who can't make it to LA. Right. So I decided to take this event around the country. We've done one in Chicago. This is our second one here in Atlanta. It's tomorrow. It's a pretty cool event.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That sounds great, doesn't it, Chris? A pre-Grammy event?
What?
It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of the local celebrities coming out. Those that aren't going to LA for the show, they'll be there tomorrow.
Well, let me just say, I've had the opportunity. This was back in the '90s, but I had the opportunity to attend the Soul Train Awards.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh my God. Let me tell you. You can tell me I was a celebrity, okay? I got red carpet. Nobody knew, but it was just being there, and the atmosphere.
You walked the red carpet?
It was. Oh my God!
That happened to me at the award show too. My high school senior supported the award show. They gave me a red carpet.
It's great.
I really had. I mean, I had to go out and find a gown and all that stuff.
It's a lot of work.
But I had I will never forget that. It was the greatest. It was
my first Grammy experience was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Listen to how you said it. My first Grammy experience was amazing.
Red carpet. I was literally between Gwen Stefani on the left and LL Cool J on the right on the red carpet, and then I saw like 50,000 paparazzi. It was so crazy.
That's what it is. I mean, it's just
his first Grammy experience.
It's fantabulous, and the fact that we live in a city that is, as they say, the Hollywood of the South.
It is.
It's Black Hollywood.
We have the opportunity. So I did the Soul Train Awards in the 90s. And then 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to be a seat warmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get in
Whatever it takes. And I got to sit next to some real, oh my God. But I'm not starstruck though, but but it was cool. Just being able to say.
I ain't got no shame in a minute. I'm starstruck.
Just being able to say I sat next to so-and-so, so it was all good. So, the event here in Atlanta, let's just, for our listeners, for their purposes, are there any tickets available to the event?
We do have some more RSVPs available. They would need to go to GermaineMoodyEvents.com and send us an email. And then one of our reps will email them back to get some more information from them and try to get them in there.
And that's Germaine with the G, y'all.
Germaine with the G.
Germaine, Moody Events.com. Okay, got to make that clear. See, his name is spelled as special as the man himself is. I love it.
I appreciate that.
So we're going to go and move on and talk some more about other things that you have on the horizon.
Okay.
And let's see, you got so much going on. I don't even know where should we start?
Got a movie coming out anytime soon?
Should we start with the book or the wine or the movie or where should we go?
Man,
you go.
The book. The book's fun.
Let's start with the book.
50 Seeds of Greatness.
Yes,
Just the title alone, 50 Seeds of Greatness. So tell us about that.
Well, that's my latest book. It was a labor of love. I truly believe God gave me the idea for the book, and somewhere along the middle of the book, I decided to include the world in on it. So I contacted about 50 people, 50 business professionals in every country on the planet, and they responded. And the book ended up with 357 professionals from 106 countries. And it's just a book where I asked the different people around the world, what does greatness mean to me? So the book it motivates, it inspires, and thankfully, Guinness Book of World Records is recognizing us as the most authors contributing to an anthology. So we'll be in the Guinness Book of World Records for that.
And now he's a record breaker. What more has Germaine Moody not done? What is there anything that you want to accomplish that you haven't?
Pilot's license.
That's next week.
I do want to fly a plane, though.
That's going to come next week.
Well, that's easy compared to all the other stuff you've done.
You got a world record.
Much easier.
That, but this is great because I see, you're ventured out into to doing the book 50 Seeds of Greatness, and it's inspirational.
Yes.
I'm an author, so I feel you on this. Okay, inspiring people and especially collaborate. I collaborated on a book also, and it was 32 of us, so nowhere near the number. But it was a wonderful feat for me because the publishers came asking me, an unknown author, to be on a book with these great women who are well known and well read. So that was an amazing honor for me. It's 100 words of wisdom for women. And it's a 30-day. Each one of us authors contribute. It's like a calendar. Day one, and we write. You can only write 100 words of whatever the
only
wisdom
100
is.
Words.
Yeah, in 100
That's
words,
powerful.
what is the piece of wisdom that you would give to
That's
women?
A great concept.
So look it up.
I'm gonna have to do 100 words of greatness now.
And you'll see Judy A. Jones. I'm on day 27, by the way. Okay,
day 27.
All right. But back to your book, 50 Seeds of Greatness. Tell us, what was the origin? How did you? What were you thinking when you came to about the concept, the initial concept of the book?
Actually, I was working on a 365-day daily devotional at the time called Become Endless, which I'm still working on now. But I felt a need, a push to get something out sooner than that. I just felt a desire to do something that would bring the world together. And so I took, I think, the first 50 days of that particular devotional, and I turned that in. Well, I read over it for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I sort of waited on God to give me the right words to name the book. And it just came to me overnight as seeds of greatness. And then I can't actually recall the day that I got the idea to include the world. I still don't even remember doing the work, but we decided to include the world on it. We sent out all these messages. There was no guarantee that people were going to respond. I mean, we're talking about countries I'd never heard of. And so, here we are.
Man, that is so deep.
I know.
Like,
it's wild. I still can't believe it now.
But you know what Germaine, here, the thing is, and I've lived a little bit longer than all of you. I find that when we sit down and make time to listen to that still quiet voice of God, that's what people miss.
That's it.
This is
the
what
key.
People see you successful. They think, they're like, oh yeah, but no, you sit and you listen to that still quiet voice of God.
You have to literally stop.
You
everything.
do and tune everything out.
You got to shut it down to
and I'm telling you,
to hear some real wisdom. You got to shut it down.
And then you'd be like, oh,
I know.
You're like, and then because you not only you listened, you heard, and then you act on it, and guess what? He puts it all in your path. Yeah. That is how the God that I know works.
And then, and then he takes it to a much bigger level.
A level you can't even imagine. Yes, absolutely.
And it lasts a lifetime.
Yes, absolutely. And it's all about helping other people.
That's
and sometimes you don't even see that or hear that initially when you're in that pose of listening to the still voice of God, because he's so much bigger than we are.
And you know what, Judy? I was when I was sending out the invitations around the world, it was more about you guys help me to make the book a reality. But little did I know, the world was actually writing the book for the rest of the world.
Right.
So
See?
I had no idea that it was...
and so on and so on and so on. That's how it works. I'm telling you.
It is so.
Yeah, it is so.
It is so.
It is so. Okay. Woo. Okay. I'm getting goosebumps.
All right, Judy, don't start.
Man.
Don't
50
start.
Seeds of Greatness.
Loving it.
Motivation floated across the seas. Encouragement soared in the air. I'm reading from the website, by the way. Even while economic chaos, uncertainty, fear, and rumors of wars surfaced within and between several regions around the world, many of the citizens were being placed side by side in peace with hope and determination, boldness and vision, all in one book. Every ethnicity, every religion, every nationality, together. No wonder the Guinness Book of World Records is talking about you.
You know what? I've read that on the website before, but I've never felt it like I just felt it when you read it.
It's what I'm talking about. What I just said. Yeah. You know, when you live something in that, I was in a space like that, Germaine, when I wrote my very first book, Living with the Fearless Spirit.
Whoa,
you know, a couple of books we gave away here on the show.
Definitely.
And ever since I was a little girl, writing was always therapeutic for me. I didn't, I had a childhood, like most people, but that was colored occasionally by not so good things. And so my refuge for me was writing. Right. And I had great teachers, Mrs. Tynes, I love her dearly, who recognized in me the talent that I had in writing. And so telling stories and writing has always been therapeutic for me. And when I wrote that first book, Living with the Fearless Spirit, I didn't, because you don't know who it's going to touch. You don't know. You just don't know. Because like for me, like I said, it was therapeutic. So I was like, okay, I'm getting this out. I never was a journal person. But I would take my thoughts and put them on paper, and then I had all this stuff, and it was like, oh, this is enough for a manuscript, and now it's a book, you know. And I'm gonna tell you, that book, it took me to all kinds of churches around the Southeast on speaking engagements.
That's a powerful title, though, Judy. That's crazy.
Well, and not only
that says it all, though.
Yeah, it was talking about things based on, that I had gone through and how I made it through, and on scripture, and how, you too, who are going through the similar things, can make it through. So I think when we're writing, a lot of times, and as for me, we don't know exactly who it's going to touch.
We have no idea.
You don't know who it's going to, because that's bigger than you.
Half of the time, I don't even know if the book's going to get finished.
Exactly. It's so much, because it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than we are. Yeah. But this is incredible. I want to also read here. It says, "Be mindful of the power we now share in this book and the power within ourselves. Be aware of the hour. Be attentive to the opportunity. Now is the time to activate and release your own greatness. This is your moment. Be great." Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I honestly just feel like going out to do something to change my life now. Like, for real, I just feel motivated to do something now.
Amazing. Wow. Amazing. Now, if this is what's on the website, imagine what must be inside that book, okay? And we, here at the Judy Jones Show, are... Germaine has made it possible for us to grant a book to... Who do you want to give the book to? I'm going to leave it up to you, Mr. Chris.
I want to give it to me because I need it in my life, but I guess we can give it to a caller. Unfortunately,
I'll send some more for Chris too.
I just want a book. I don't
get books. Chris uses this as his therapy session.
I don't understand. I have to woo-saw my life away when I come to the Judy Jones featuring Chris Green show. Like, this is my woo-saw for the week.
Yeah, we have fun here. We have absolute fun. But okay, so let's give it to caller number who?
Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, random number between 8 and 5. I know that's we just went back. We're gonna go 7. Caller 7.
Oh, you love 7, don't you?
7 is the number of completion.
Okay, how do they get the book? What do they need to do?
Call up here. After you call up here, tell us who we are interviewing. After you tell us who we are interviewing, tell us one entrepreneurial thing that he's done.
Oh, wow. Okay, and what's the number?
All you got to do is call us at 404-355-8699. Again, that telephone number is 404-355-8699. Or if you're outside of Atlanta, call us at 1-866-923-2860.
All right, you're listening to the Judy Jones Show right here on Love 860 AM. And when we come back, we're going to ask Mr. Moody about the wine, in W-I-N-E, not W-H-I-N-E. Wine, okay?
Are you an aspiring author looking to turn your manuscript into a published book but don't know where to start? Then look no further. Judy Jones Media Group can help. We've been helping both first-time authors and the veteran writers to bring their books to life for the past 10 years. We offer full-service production, promotion, and distribution services for your printed book and ebook. Contact us today and begin the journey of getting your book published. Call 404-997-1668. That's 404-997-1668. Or visit JudyJonesMediaGroup.com.
How would you survive a marriage where your deepest, darkest secrets manifest after years of lying dormant? Your teenage son suffers from a psychological disorder brought on by your closest family friend. Would you seek solace in the arms of your flamboyant confidant? Would you try to escape your pain by drinking yourself into an alcoholic frenzy or vanish in an attempt at suicide? Or would you seek vengeance on all who've crossed you? These are questions that are posed in the romantic thriller novel A Blood Like Yours by author Daisy Roberts. As the various characters attempt to manage life-changing of events, their world descends into toxic mania. Pick up your copy of the critically acclaimed novel A Blood Like Yours today at JudyJonesMediaGroup.com.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, and you. I'm talking to anybody looking for video production, audio services, or business development plans. Call GFE Digital Media at 404-691-2181. I'ma say it again. That's GFE Digital Media at 404-691-2181. Atlanta's premier video and audio production team, period.
And we're back, continuing the conversation with Mr. Germaine Moody right here on the Judy Jones Show.
If you don't have it, Atlanta, I gotta let y'all know that you can always listen to us on our iHeartRadio app. You can listen to us streaming live at www.love860.com/streamer and listen live. So it's more than one outlet.
Yes, absolutely. You know, in this digital age we're living in, you can listen to this show. It doesn't matter where you are. We have listeners in the United Kingdom,
we also
the Bahamas.
Got the TuneIn app too.
Yeah, we got the TuneIn app, and guess they're listening via streaming on whatever you just said. You know, they got it going on. They're listening.
We have the TuneIn app. We have online. We have the iHeartRadio app, and we also have the classic radio.
There you go. All right. So we're back with Mr. Germaine Moody in the studio. I just love it when our guests come in the studio, don't you? Where we can feel and touch them and
he got bodyguards around him, so I can't really touch him.
And see, well, I can touch him, and we can see the actual facial expressions and all of that. I just love it, love it, love it. So let's continue this dialogue with the phenomenal Mr. Germaine Moody. And I don't, you've got to have some amazing people working with you in order to do what you're doing and to be successful at all this stuff that you're doing, because you're very successful at all of it.
I appreciate that.
We're going to go and segue into another venture, as I said before break, that Mr. Moody is doing. You want to talk about that, Chris?
Man, this good old wine. The good stuff, the communion stuff.
Wish we had some now.
I know. We could have had communion here at WAEC. Listen to how I said it. That's when you know you're in the country. They be like, WAEC.
Yeah.
WAEC.
They go Albany again. Albany. The Benny. So tell us tell us the story about the wine. How did it come about?
It actually came about through my networking events.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in London when we did our first event over there.
My favorite city, by the way.
I love London.
Oh, gosh.
It's expensive, though.
It's very expensive.
That's why I'm not living there. From the dollar to the pound, I had to get out of there.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about that off the air. But
yeah, I met this guy named Paul. He's huge in France, over in Bordeaux, which is the wine capital of the world. Mm-hmm. He was at the event, and we just started talking. I recently fell in love with wine, and I was like, I need my own label. And so we've been talking for a few years now, and he told me, of course, the best wines comes from France.
So, I can imagine how you said it.
I was going to say, do it, Chris.
The best wine. That's it. The best wine comes from La France.
Absolutely.
La France.
California might disagree, but yeah, we talked, and he sent me enormous amount of samples.
Okay.
They just endless samples, and I love free wine.
Of course. Who doesn't?
I was just about to say that too.
He didn't bring us any in the studio.
He got these endless amount of samples, but didn't bring us none.
So we started talking, and he's introduced me to the entire wine world. So what I'm going to do first is introduce America to a lot of international wines that haven't made it to America. There's so many vineyards over around in Chile, Portugal, Spain. So I'm going to introduce people to a lot of the smaller vineyards who need that type of exposure.
Okay.
So it's going to be great.
That's phenomenal. I learned about wine again back in the 90s. The 90s was a great decade for me, in case you haven't noticed. But back in the 90s, I dated a guy who was a wine connoisseur.
Ooh, nice.
And at the time, I didn't know any.
Did you get free wine a lot?
Oh gosh, all my wine was free.
Hey,
he had a wine cellar. Okay, but he helped me understand the art of wine
and the health benefits
yes,
of red wine.
Absolutely, totally, completely. The difference, the distinction. I mean,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And it's all natural.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. And then he took me out there to Napa Valley.
I haven't been to Napa. I'm jealous.
Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. I had a wonderful trip.
I went to Chateau at lunch.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a
look,
good place.
everybody's just like, so? You said that like this is not
here.
That's
in
you went around the corner.
Yeah. No, that's a good. I like Chateau a lot.
Yet.
It's nice. You like it. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. But if you can get to Napa Valley, make sure you do that.
I definitely gotta go.
Yeah. So have you branded your wine yet, or you're still in the initial stages?
The name of the wine label is Royal Moody Wines. We should have our first 3 bottles out hopefully by May.
Wow.
Yeah. And I will be the taste tester
Yes.
for all 3 of them.
Oh, we're also launching a new wine tasting company here in the state of Georgia. It's going to be called Georgia by the Glass. So we're going to go across the entire state just introducing people to wine.
Great.
Mostly my own. So,
I love this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So we might have to collaborate
I know.
on some of that wine tasting
I know.
stuff, huh?
Do a live wine tasting. We call it communion. It's like, I mean, really, you're not drinking.
Call it communion.
You just stir it around and you smell it, then you put it in your mouth, gargle it, and then you spit it back out.
There you go.
Except for mine might be swallowed. But I mean.
Oh, I'm loving that. That's going to be great. Royal Moody Wines.
Royal Moody Wines, yeah. And my event company, we also have wine tasting networking events. Well, wine lovers.
Naturally, you would, yeah.
So it's wine lovers come together and network. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that
gotta
is
be creative
a beautiful
with this
thing.
stuff.
Gotta be creative. I love that.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit more about London because it is indeed my favorite city in the world.
Yeah.
I call it. I've deemed London. That of course this. Well, I haven't deemed it. It's the sister city to New York. But what I have deemed London is New York without the attitude. Because for me, I love New York too, but London is my favorite.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
It is.
Just
my goodness.
Be prepared for the conversion.
That
shocked me.
I had already saw the conversion rates, but to actually take your money and convert it, and they're like, I'm like,
I ran out of money in London. That's why I came home.
I'm gonna tell you what I did.
I'm serious. I did.
I
ran out of money.
I was like, I want my American dollars.
I know.
So let's see, like $100 over there is like how
it was about 50%, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the inflation over there is higher.
Yeah, and then if you're using one of your cards from over here, you're going to be charged a fee too.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't alert certain banks over here that you're over there, they're going to just freeze the account while you're in London.
Right.
Wow.
It's a whole thing, and plus you got to get your cell phone thing that's different. It's worth it. I love.
You learn a lot.
Europe is.
But you need some money.
You gotta have money. You can't be. You
cannot go to London without some money.
See, that's why I'm going to stay right here in Atlanta.
Yeah, you gotta have
because my paycheck doesn't allow me to go to London.
But you're having an event coming up over there, right?
We do. Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that for those people like me who might be interested.
One of our newer events is for entrepreneurs, CEOs, and investors, and I've just decided to bring. I love entrepreneurs, and the one thing entrepreneurs need the most is to network and connect. So I've decided to launch our official Moody's Entrepreneurs, CEOs, and Investors Connect Worldwide event.
Okay,
and just bring people together to do more. And in addition to that particular networking event that we're taking around the world, I'll be writing the book, The Power of an Entrepreneur.
Okay,
and I'll be bringing together about 2,000 entrepreneurs globally to help me do that book. So hopefully it'll inspire a lot of people, especially aspiring entrepreneurs.
Great.
That's
Wonderful.
amazing.
Well, I'm sure it will. That's what you're on that path, so you're going to stay on that path.
Keep it going.
Do we have somebody on the line? Did you
Yes,
tell
we
me?
actually do. I got Sharon Thrasher calling from Atlanta. Sharon, what's going on?
Just enjoying the conversation.
How you been, Sharon?
Wonderful now that I'm listening to you guys.
It's great to have you call in. Thank you.
You know we love hearing your voice.
Your show is always great.
Aw,
So informative.
Oh, well, we try to be that. Thank you so much for the compliment, Sharon. So, you have any yeah, go ahead.
You know, one of the first recipients of your Fearless, I believe it's Fearless Spirit book.
Nice.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Did you read it?
I don't know. Tell me. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Guess
All
what?
right.
Here's your chance to also be the recipient
Of 50 Seeds of Greatness.
So, let's see. Question number 1. Who are we interviewing?
I believe I've heard someone by the name of Moody, Germaine Moody.
That's right.
All right.
Is that correct?
And let's see. Question number 2. Boom, 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 boom.
You're doing real good, Sharon.
Here we go. Question number 2 is, name one thing that he's done.
Other than write the book.
Other than write the book.
Oh, gosh.
Or something he's working on, anything.
I'm not sure, but I believe I heard you guys mentioning something about being event planner or to the celebrities.
All right.
That's exactly right, Sharon. You've been paying attention.
And question number 3.
No, you. She's.
Who's the hottest guy on air? I'm just messing. I'm just messing with you.
It's Sheldon. I agree with you, Sharon. I think it's Sheldon.
Let me tell you, I would like for you guys to take my information so that I can be a part of that wine tasting that Mr. Moody's going to have.
Nice.
Okay. Well, you know,
she remembered the wine.
Yeah, she remembered the wine.
She didn't want to say that one, but everybody.
She's like, I want to be part of that wine tasting. I got you. I feel you on that one. Well, you know what, Sharon, as like we did before, of course, we'll get your information. And you can always go to Germaine Moody Events
and send us an email.
And you'll be on the email list. So how about that?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, thank you always for listening. I appreciate your support of the show. You know, we appreciate you. So thank you so much. And hold on, we're going to get your information so you can get this wonderful book.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And see how easy that is, world? You see how easy that is? All you got to do is call and talk to us. And if you want to call and talk to us, all you got to do is call 404-355-8699. And if you're outside of Atlanta, call 1-866-923-2860.
And it's always wonderful to get validation from our listeners that we are being informative, because that is what the Judy Jones Show featuring Chris Green represents.
Absolutely.
We want to inform you. We want to educate you. We're all about doing that and lifting up our community, inspiring and introducing you to folks like Mr. Germaine Moody, because he's doing so many wonderful things for our community and continuing to do so. So we ask that you support him so that he can continue to do what he's doing. And you know what? It goes back to what we were talking about. When we support each other, guess what? You're uplifting yourself, whether you know that or not. Yeah. You really are. You're uplifting yourself. And we are probably the last ethnic group to kind of grasp and understand that.
That's interesting.
When we support each other,
wow,
we are lifting up ourselves.
That's
and I'm
powerful.
telling you what I know, not what I think. I know this.
You're
okay?
definitely right about that.
You just preached that.
Amen.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just time for a wake up call.
It is. It really, truly is.
We're so much more powerful together.
We
Lord
are.
knows
You know. It just behooves me that many people my age and like my parents' age, we never thought we'd actually see a black president.
Right.
So this is still like we're like that's a phenomenon.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think I was gonna see one either.
That's a phenomenon to us. Okay.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, when you look at the power of wealth that we put into this American economy,
You got to preach.
and we don't own not one chain of grocery stores, not one chain of grocery stores.
Here it comes.
Come
Do you
on,
understand?
Judy. Come on, Judy. One chain of anything.
One chain of hair supply companies.
bank.
But how can we? Okay, but that's another show.
That's another show.
But
I'm coming back
really,
for that one. I want to come back for that one.
See?
But
Please have me back.
I'm trying to make the point here that when we support each other,
Yes.
and this is what I do on this show. Everybody knows this. I bring on people that the community may not be aware of that are doing things to uplift our community. And this is another thing about what Chris said. You're so humble about it, and that's why you're so successful.
Wow.
That is.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because,
Well, I can honestly sit here and say, and it may sound crazy, I really can't take credit for anything that I do.
You're the vessel.
That's all.
But you know what? You are acting. See, there are a lot of people, there's scripture on this too, that where we get the message. Because I myself was afraid, and God, I listened to the quiet, still voice, and I'm like, no, I ain't finna get me out there doing that. And
It's
see,
a bold step.
It is. It's
risky, and then the thing about it is our own people don't see the vision.
Right. And hence you're afraid of stepping out. And that's, part of what I write about in Living with the Fearless Spirit, because, and it's releasing your fears to God and creating abundance in your life. That's the subtitle. I'm so thankful Sharon read the book. But we have to know that's when you step out on faith. And once you step out on that faith and you're actually stepping into the word of what God has directed you to do, all of it comes into fruition. And he tells us that.
All you need is the faith of a mustard seed.
That's it.
Look at me. I know
it.
something.
That's
now.
good stuff right there.
I know something.
That's
Loving it.
And a mustard seed is really, really small. That's like the smallest seed.
It
Isn't
is. My mom bought me when I was 16 years old. She bought me a chain that had a mustard seed in it. It was a little bulb with the seed in it.
I've never
and
seen
it was
one.
for me to always remember that scripture, and I still have that. My mom bought me when I was 16 years old. So
we gotta call her.
We need to get some mustard seeds in here.
We definitely do. We got a caller actually from Atlanta. Caller, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. This is Mookie.
Hey, Mookie.
Hey, Mook.
Mookie from Bankhead.
Mookie from Bankhead.
How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to call and talk with Germaine Moody.
Go ahead.
Hey, Germaine Moody.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I've been hearing a whole lot about you. You gave me a button a long time ago. It said market yourself or your brand, and if you don't, you'll spend your life on the clearance rack.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Market your brand, or you going to spend your life on a clearance rack?
I remember that quote.
Wow.
You remember that quote?
I do remember that quote.
Can I put it on Twitter?
Man, this is DJ Deck. How you doing, man?
DJ, are you kidding me, DJ? DJ, you know what, DJ? DJ's supposed to DJ the Grammy event tomorrow. You're fired.
I love that. I'm putting this quote on Twitter right now.
I'm not gonna lie, he had me because I know a Mookie on Bankhead for real.
I know.
Yeah, we all know a Mookie on Bankhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for calling, DJ. You are fired tomorrow.
Well, you
don't show up. Don't even show up.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I look forward to meeting you, Mookie, tomorrow.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, it's so great having Germaine in the studio, and
we always get the fun stuff going on.
We do, and talking with him. Do you I know you have. Yeah, tell us that quote again, please.
What was it, DJ? That was a power.
Market yourself, brand yourself. If you don't, you'll spend your life in the clearance section.
I put on Twitter, market your brand or live your life on a clearance rack. Who wants to do that?
That's powerful.
Bargain shoppers.
But I'm not a bargain item. Excuse me. I am much more than a bargain item,
Well, I don't buy nothing if it ain't on sale.
For him to actually call in and give that quote back to me, that's real.
See, this is what
the
we're
impact
talking
that
about.
you have on
This is
people?
exactly what we're talking. And sometimes in our lives, because I find this too, I'll find people have read my book and they'll say a passage from it. I totally forgotten. I'm like, oh yeah, I did write that, and I needed to hear that today. You know,
this is what we're gonna call it now. We're gonna call it the Germaine Moody impact.
The Germaine Moody impact. I like that.
The Germaine Moody
that is
impact.
wonderful. Thank you, Mookie, for bringing us that quote and sharing
Thanks,
that.
DJ.
We'll see you tomorrow night for
Mookie.
sure.
He Mookie to me.
I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all just call me Mookie. I'll see y'all.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you.
Okay. Well, you know what? We are at the top of the hour, and it always flies by so fast when we have wonderful guests on the show. Do you have a few minutes to stick around?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. We're at the top of the hour. We got to take another break, but we're going to allow more callers to call in. If you want to do your questions on social media, please do so on Facebook, The Judy Jones Show, on Twitter, Judy Jones MI. And if you want to call in, it's 404-355-8699 if you're local, and it's 1-866-923-2860 outside of the metro area. You are listening to The Judy Jones Show. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
.860 AM WAEC Atlanta.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Are you an aspiring author looking to turn your manuscript into a published book but don't know where to start? Then look no further. Judy Jones Media Group can help. We've been helping both first-time authors and the veteran writers to bring their books to life for the past 10 years. We offer full-service production, promotion, and distribution services for your printed book and ebook. Contact us today and begin the journey of getting your book published. Call 404-997-1668. That's 404-997-1668. Or visit judyjonesmediagroup.com.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, and you. I'm talking to anybody looking for video production, audio services, or business development plans. Call GFE Digital Media at 404-691-2181. I'm going to say it again. That's GFE Digital Media at 404-691-2181. Atlanta's premier video and audio production team, period.
Hey, this is Chris from the Judy Jones Show, and if you'd like to feature your business on our show, why not become a sponsor? We can create an ad that promotes and makes your business like no other. Call us for a sponsorship packet at 404-997-1668, or just email us at thejudyjonesshow@yahoo.com and get your business noticed. Yeah.
And we're back on the Judy Jones Show, and you know what?
You got all this roaring 70 music?
I was going to say, if somebody could tell us what the name of that song is and who the artist, the original artist who recorded it, we'll give them a copy of the 50 Seeds of Greatness book. So how about that? All right? A challenge. Challenge! Okay.
Message.
We are back here with Mr. Germaine Moody in the studio, and we're talking about the entrepreneurship side and how he came about being as successful as he is. And the thing that really enlightens me is the fact that he's a successful young African-American man doing big things in the community, and not only just one or two things, but he continues. His vision is so huge and humongous, and he's acting on it. Yeah. So I want to ask you, do you or have you considered mentoring any young folks?
Actually, I am in talks with several organizations right now in America and in Canada to start mentoring, and I was considering starting my own mentorship program also, because I come across so many aspiring entrepreneurs and aspiring artists. A lot of artists hit me up on Facebook and LinkedIn from all over the world, and several of them are coming to the event tomorrow. But I'm ready to mentor and just share what I know, because I know it'll help a lot of people.
Absolutely, and I just see you as a role model. You know, you would be a great role model, and because of what we were talking about in terms of our communities not getting on the bandwagon, being the last ones to get on the bandwagon in terms of supporting each other. We have to be taught these things.
We have to be
and
taught.
So we have to have people who can lead us and teach us what these things are, because we can't always learn it in our homes or in our communities or in our school system
or in our church.
Or in our church. We telling me you don't want to go on, get me started on that, do we?
We ain't gonna talk about
church. But
talk about the church.
I love my churches, but we've had our segments on that.
We ain't gonna talk about church this week.
So I feel that a lot, you know, I'm an advocate. I think that schools should be teaching our children in first grade about managing money.
That's powerful.
And you need to be taught how to manage money in first grade from that, and it needs to go throughout the school, your education in school, in grade school.
There needs to be a life class.
Exactly.
On how to live life.
It needs to be
deal with crazy
managing
people.
money and relations. You need a course in relationships.
You do.
I mean, you do, because I think
how to deal with your family.
If we had, since you spend all this time in school growing up, if you learn, like you said, the basics, if curriculum in school was like, okay, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, boy meets boy, girl meets girl, whatever it is, but just how to interact and be in a relationship, you know,
communication skills. That's a big deal.
These things we're not taught, and we don't have the role models at home, and like you said, in the church, in the community. You know, when I grew up, the whole, really, truly, that what the book Hillary Clinton wrote about, It Takes a Village. I grew up in that era when the village raised me. It wasn't just, let me the neighbors beat my butt, and when I go back home to Miami, Florida, they're my family. Because they had the authority to do that.
You're right. Things have definitely changed. We do need our people to step up, because Facebook is raising our kids.
Instagram is raising our kids.
And what's that new one I just heard about? It's new to me. Snapchat. It's new to me. But
somebody has to stand up. Seriously.
Yeah, we do. And a lot of the laws have deterred us as well, because unlike the generation I grew up in, when we had our families impose capital punishment on our butts, we can no longer do that.
Well,
you know,
my grandmother and my mother are firm believers in they don't care what the law says. If they felt the need to layeth of the handeth on theeth behindeth,
the King James of the version,
with anything they can find,
whatever they were able to physically grab at that time.
Been there.
I felt it.
Wow.
They would tell me when
I'm glad
call
for
the
it, though.
Police, call them. I'll give you the phone and let them
Well,
down.
I would tell you.
I'm glad my mom did that.
I grew up in the era. Not only I remember a succinct. I mean, this is decades ago. I did something bad at school. I was in second grade.
What did you do in second grade?
I'm not going to tell you.
Jeez.
No,
second grade, Judy?
You was a bad person.
You might as well
You started early.
That's a whole nother show right there.
Another
second grade.
What?
I did something in second grade.
Couldn't even count by
and
two.
You remember it.
You want to know why? Want to know why I remember it? Because I got a spanking. Well, not a spanking.
It was called a
beating.
whooping. It was called a whooping.
I got a whooping.
You got a whooping.
I got a whooping in school.
What did you do?
And when I got
Stole
home,
some chocolate
and when
milk.
I got home, I got another whooping.
What could you do for two whoopings?
Her
in
teacher
second
gave her
grade?
a whooping. Her neighbor gave her a whooping. Her mama gave her a whooping. Her daddy gave her a whooping.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. Seriously, that's the way
What
it
did you
was.
do?
I can't tell you. I'm embarrassed.
Judy, wait. You can't even. How you gonna bring that up?
We gonna
without
get
even
this on
telling
air.
us?
You gonna tell us about this
Off
on
the air.
air?
It's going.
You definitely gonna
I mean,
tell us
I
about
remember
that.
the teacher's name. I remember what she
And
looks
she's
like.
going on. She's
And
not
I'm
even
telling
telling us.
you, this is. But it made me a person. A good. I knew not
But
to
what
do
is
that
it?
ever again in my life. Right?
You know what it is.
I'm not ever.
I
doing
can't
it
wait
again.
to hear this story.
Yeah.
It'll be on Facebook.
It'll be in another book.
On
Okay.
Facebook.
It'll be in another one of my future
Wow.
books. But just talking about the fact, though,
Right.
that bringing it back into the conversation about how we need the mentors out there
Absolutely.
and role models that are real positive.
We need 'em
and especially
fast.
in our local community.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot of politics here on this show, and I know you've heard the term "all politics is local," and that's where because things start at the local level where you can make change. And so when we talk about role models, not the national celebrities, we're talking about local people. We need those types of people
I
in
agree.
our kids' lives.
Yes.
I totally
we
agree.
absolutely need that. So I mean, I just commend you for everything you're doing and that you've done and you continue to do in the future.
excited.
And
So,
I implore you to step up to that doing that mentoring
Oh,
thing.
I just want
It's
to know,
on.
has anybody ever compared you to
Prince.
Russell Simmons? Prince?
Really?
Yeah, like with your entrepreneurship and your philanthropism, I guess. I know that's not a word.
Russell?
You don't shoot
I'm
me.
gonna get you Morehouse boy.
I think once. Oh yeah, when I have plans to release my own prepaid debit card. So
See?
yeah, that
Look at it.
that
The man
did-
got a debit card now.
It's called the Abundance Card, by the way. But yeah, somebody did. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
And then, ladies, if y'all don't know, he does resemble Prince. So you got to do a little quick, like,
Don't you dare go there.
just do it.
I cannot believe he just made this Prince thing official. I've been called Prince all my life,
Y'all
and
understand.
now he just did it on the radio
No, but I'm glad
live.
that Chris said it because when you
I didn't want to say it
When
earlier.
he first walked in, I was
This has nothing to do with greatness.
I'll tell you, I sat about this close to Prince in his studio back in the 90s. See, I told you the 90s was a great decade for
Man,
me.
what was I doing in the 90s in third grade?
No, you're just we're just giving you all these compliments because it's
I
true.
appreciate
You're a
it.
great person, and we love you.
I do admire
and
Prince
we
a great
thank
deal.
you. We thank you for everything you're doing. Before we let you go, is there anything you want to tell the listening audience? Anything that we haven't touched on yet that you want them to know about?
Well, I mean, it is a new year, and with each new year, we have new opportunities. We should also be asking God for new ideas. And I think the most important thing that anyone could do who's listening right now is to get to know who you are inside, because that's where true greatness starts. That's where your dreams start. That's where a fulfilling life starts. Get to know who you are inside, and don't be afraid to pray and ask God for stuff, anything, and just take those answers and apply them to what you believe you were put here to do. What you like to do, the things that make you happy, the things that make you sad, the things that you want to change. I think that's how you find your purpose in life. So if I leave anything with the listeners tonight, is get to know yourself, and you will definitely get to where you're supposed to be in life. You got to just silence all of the voices and all the distractions and start with yourself.
Absolutely.
You can't help anybody till you help yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that.
And
Yeah.
I absolutely love
you
that.
do. You absolutely do. And I tell you that the best times, when clarity comes to me is when
that's the word right
when
there.
I have when there's nothing, there's silence and nothing, none of the worldly noise.
solitude.
It's just me and the spirit.
Solitude.
And
yeah.
and I hear that voice just as I hear your voice right now speaking to me, and opening the door. It's comforting.
comforting,
It
it's
opens the
direction.
doors.
Yeah.
And whatever it is worldly that I happen to be going through, don't even. It disappears. It dissipates. It's gone.
Nothing's
It's-
really as
it's-
big as it seems anyway.
Nothing's
really
it isn't. It really isn't. And when you go into that, and I actually spell out in my book, Living with a Fearless Spirit, this experience when the first time I had this coveted experience with the Holy Spirit, knowing that I was in one communion, in communion. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. And it's hard to describe, but I tried to detail it in my book because to let people understand that it does happen.
That's the most powerful place you could be in the world.
Yeah. So we thank you for bringing some of that wonderful energy into the studio tonight.
Man.
Whenever.
We gotta get you back.
We'd love to have you
so awesome.
when you want to launch your wine tasting.
We can do a wine tasting in the studio.
Yeah.
That'd be a show.
Now that you will have the most improv comedy.
Talk about callers.
Show.
Everybody be calling in this.
What? Yes. You will see another side of Chris and Judy if we do a wine tasting event on the show.
I might have to stick with the water since my name is in the title of the show. Yeah, but yeah, no, seriously, we would love to have you back and
I'll
to do.
Come back for sure.
Yeah, we would love to have you back.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna look at booking you when you come out. Want to come and do that wine tasting thing.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you so much. And
so
we didn't get a caller to call in with the song that we played.
It's cool because that means that's my book.
Okay, all right. Well,
my book.
we look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening at the pre-Grammy event. That's going to be so exciting.
Rocking out.
Yay. And you listeners, if you want to attend, it's not too late. You got to go to GermaineMoodyEvents.com.
Yeah, send us an email.
Send an email, and you can get to know. And you guess what? Not only do you get to see Germaine and get into the networking event, but you'll get to meet Chris and I.
You get to meet the cast of the Judy Jones Show. It's going to go down like the Germaine Moody wine mixer.
Yeah. So we'd love to see our listeners and meet and greet you tomorrow. So please make sure that you do that. And again, that's Germaine with a G, Germaine, Moody, Moody, events.com. All right. Well, we thank you so much, Mr. Germaine Moody. And we're going to have you back and continue success and stay on the path that you're doing.
I will.
And just the great things are going to continue. And this Guinness Book thing.
I know, right? Is that crazy?
Oh, he got a world record.
What's up with that?
Oh,
man.
That's incredible.
He got asterisks.
I haven't either.
Anybody who's in the Guinness Book.
I haven't either.
Oh, my goodness.
He got asterisks by his name. He's going to have another record.
I can't even spell that.
He's going to have another record for the most asterisks by his name.
You know what? My co-host is a Morehouse graduate.
Look, we going to stop talking about me on air. Look, let me tell y'all something. My major was not English.
What you call them, those star things?
Asterisks. Look, somebody from one of my people from my alma mater gonna send me an English dictionary. They're gonna send me the Merriam-Webster dictionary, but like the Oxford dictionary.
Asterisks, honey. Okay.
Asterisks.
All right.
Look, I feel so embarrassed now. But
you
know what? It's cool
good.
though. You know why? Because I'm Chris.
It's all good.
I can do that.
It's all good.
That's it.
Well, we thank you, and we love you, and we will see you again in a little bit back here in Atlanta in the studio promoting your wine and anything else. Okay, so we're going to take another break, and Chris and I are going to come back. And